Hi, good morning. In this video, I want to show how to prove that tan squared 45 plus 5 over 2 is equals to 1 plus sine 5 over 1 minus sine 5. This is one of the often controversial trig equalities that sometimes prove some stresses to prove. Now let's go back to the solution. For simplicity, let's assume that 5 over 2 is equal to theta, and then 1 plus sine 5 over 1 minus sine 5 is equal to x. Then we now substitute theta in place of 5 over 2 in this expression, and then substitute x in place of 1 plus sine 5 over 1 minus sine 5 in this expression. Then our expression now reduces to tan squared 45 plus theta is equals to x. So if we find the square root of both sides, we now have tan 45 plus theta is equals to root x, which we call our equation 1. Then we know that from trigonometric ratios, a term bracket a plus b is equals to tan a plus tan b over 1 minus tan a tan b. Then you can see now that this expression is similar to our own, which is tan bracket 45 plus theta. So when we now expand this our expression into this expression, we have tan 45 plus tan theta over 1 minus tan 45 tan theta. We also know that tan 45 is equals to 1. Then if we now replace tan 45 here by 1, we now have tan 45 plus theta is equals to 1 plus tan theta over 1 minus tan theta. We also recall from this expression, our equation 1, that tan 45 plus theta is equals to root x. So we now replace x. So if root x is equal to this expression, it then means that x will now be the square of this expression. So when we square this expression, we have 1 plus tan square theta plus 2 tan theta over 1 plus tan square theta minus 2 tan theta. Also from trig functions, 1 plus tan square theta is equals to sec square theta. So we now replace 1 plus tan square theta here by sec square theta. So our x now becomes sec square theta plus 2 tan theta over sec square theta minus 2 tan theta, which we now call our equation 2. We also know that sec square theta is equals to 1 over cos square theta, and tan theta is equals to sin theta over cos theta. So we now replace each of these terms in this expression, this equation 2, with equivalent values. So when we now replace this with this and simplify, we now have our x to be 1 plus 2 sin theta cos theta over 1 minus 2 sin theta cos theta. Also recall from trig function that 2 sin theta cos theta is equals to sin 2 theta. And also our initial assumption is that 5 over 2 is equals to theta. So we now come down here and replace theta with 5 over 2. So our sin 2 theta then becomes sin 2 bracket 5 over 2. The 2 will now cancel each other, and then we have sin 5 remaining. So it then becomes that 2 sin theta cos theta is equals to 2 sin 5 over 2 cos 5 over 2, which is equals to sin 5. So the next we do is we now substitute this x value into equation 3, which is this. So wherever we see 2 sin theta cos theta, we substitute sin 5. Then our x will now reduce to 1 plus sine phi over 1 minus sine phi. So it then implies that our x, which is the same thing as tan squared, 45 plus phi over 2, is now equals to 1 plus sine phi over 1 minus sine phi. So since this x is equals to this, and x is also equals to this, then it then means that tan squared 45 plus phi over 2 is equals to 1 plus sine phi over 1 minus sine phi. Thus, this expression is proved. If you want to get a PDF copy of this, go to www.mycivillinks.com. Go to the page captioned at corner. You can see a link to download the PDF copy. Thank you. Expect more of such proofs.